Hey, good evening. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the underrated one, the number one grinder. Welcome to the Underrated MMA Sports Talk. This is number two. In a few seconds, and I'm gonna tell the brother on you his mic. Check this out. Let me read this right now before we get this together. All right, come and join real conversation with the underrated one, us as the righteous ones. Individually, let's make a change within ourselves and genuinely being there for each other. We all we got. Remember that. We all we got. All right. Um, we got the brother right here, brother Watcher, our brother from down under. Now you can unmute your mic, please. Welcome to the underrated MMA Sports Talk. How you feel, brother?
I feel good, man. Salute to you and salute to the viewers and salute to the oncoming chat as well. It's great to be here.
Thank you. Great to have you here too. Um, we ain't gonna start really yet. We're gonna wait to some people to come in, but um, tell people about your channel, please.
My channel is mixed with a lot of boxing talk, lots of long boxing talk as well. But at time to time, I cover the MMA scene as well. I did last year with the
Hmm.
Fight Islands as well. And I think I will further throughout talk about more
Okay.
MMA as well. And depending on what goes on throughout the next month, boxing more as well. So, yeah, you can
Okay.
find me on my channel there.
Gotcha. Let me get this. Let's see. Nope. Mm-mm. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. All right. So, what's your favorite MMA fighter of all time?
Favorite MMA fighter of all time. I don't think I could really, of all time, I still have to, I'd probably say George St. Pierre.
Okay.
George is a GSP, the Canadian martial artist, who
Mm-hmm.
fought at welterweight. Um, he's my favorite of all time. I have a lot of favorites right now as well, but he's probably also the greatest of all time as well. So um,
Yeah.
it's just a
Yeah.
pleasure to watch his fights back.
Yeah. Oh, Escacha, I want you to. I seen the link to the. Matter of fact, hold on for 1 second. I want because I seen the link. I know sometimes it doesn't go through. I'm gonna send the link. What you get? Oh, you right here already. Okay. Veronica McLeod, thanks for coming. There you go. All right, introduce yourself, please.
What's up, Underrated Darkness? What's up, brother Reacher? Um, Good afternoon to your brothers. I hope you guys are having a good Sunday afternoon. Like I said, my name is XA Gotcha 23. Um, if you want to sub to the channel, it's up to you. I do a lot of gaming, media talk, and etc.
Okay, good. Let me switch this up. Okay, and thank you for coming, Veronica McLeod. Thank you. Welcome to the underrated MMA Sports Talk number two. Glad I got brother Watcher from down under. Now I got my brother SA Gotcha 23. Now we're gonna get into some MMA talk right now. Now we're gonna start at the Watcher. Do you Do you know anything what's going on in MMA lately? There's some fights that you want to see, and the same question for brother Gotcha.
Yeah, yesterday I actually watched the main event. I watched Max Holloway fight yesterday against Calvin Kattar. That fight
Oh,
was
okay.
in Abu Dhabi, um, on the UFC, um, in Etihad Stadium. So it was in a pretty big stadium, and there was a crowd there as well, which I commend Dana White for actually putting on. And Max Holloway was very good in his performance. He was brilliant. He was dominant, and it was good to see Max come back and get a win over a real dangerous guy in Calvin Kattar. Max showed improvements, and he showed his real skill there. It was just real good to see his his comeback here in terms of his last fight. He got robbed in his last fight, as far as I'm concerned. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but it's good. It's great. In terms of future fights, I want to see. I mean, there's so many that I want to see. But I'll let XA Guacha 23 talk.
Can
Okay.
you brothers hear me? Can you brothers hear
Yes,
me?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, last night's card was pretty good, man. The first card of the month, man, that was pretty good. I mean, we had a lot of good fights yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little bit of dud fights, Um, Sarah Morrison and Vanessa Mello. I mean, Sarah Morrison, yes, she's on the chopping block. She didn't really brought it like she didn't really came to win that fight. So
Mm-hmm.
that was a dud fight. There was another good fight that I liked. It was a heavyweight fight between Carlos Philippe and Justin Tafa, two big heavyweight guys. They were slugging it out, man. That was a good fight as well. You had Wu Yan versus Jocelyn Edwards. That was a good fight as well. And then
I want you before you continue. I want you to tell me about. Cause I see some last night, but I want y'all two to go into those fights and also the undercard, please. But you can keep on going, okay? You can keep on going. I just want
okay,
you.
okay, and we had a middleweight fight. I didn't I believe it was Pasino Cirio versus Dusko. I can't say this dude's name, but that was a good fight. That was a good knockout. And we had Jordan Buckley versus Alicio Dacario. I was sad to see Jordan Buckley get knocked out, but that's just the way the sport is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then we had another knockout was between Santiago Pasanivo and Ling Jingling. I thought Santiago Pasanivo was gonna come back because, like I said, he had a staff vision that he was out for 2 years. I thought he was going to redeem himself, but Ling Lin, he proved to everybody that he's the underdog, and he knocked out Santiago Pasanivo.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big upset. And then you have Carlos Condit versus Matt Brown. That
Mm-hmm.
was a fantastic match between both those two. Uh, it's too bad that fight was not a 5 round fight, but
Mm-hmm.
for those 3 rounds. Oh man, it was beautiful. Then you had the main event between Max Holloway and Calvin Kattar. Once again, that was a beautiful performance by Max Holloway from start to finish. I thought that some point in that fight in round four, that fight should have been stopped because Calvin Kattar took a lot of damage. Beatings like this in your career could take so much years off
Yes.
your career, so, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I said, I thought that fight should have been stopped, but there were so many things that in the fight that Max Holloway did that which I love watching Max Holloway is that when he yelled to one of the commentators, he was like, "I am effing the best effing featherweight in this division," and then he just started
Mm-hmm.
slipping. He just started slipping shots and shots, man. That was just beautiful. That's why I love Max Holloway, and I agree with the brother Watcher as well. I felt that he got robbed in his second fight against Alexander Volkanovski. But
Mm-hmm.
this card was we got a beautiful card last night. Like I said, I can't wait for next. I think it's in Wednesday's card coming out as well. But yeah, last night's card was just beautiful, man. And like I said, that's just the first card of the year, and I can't wait to see what the UFC pull more down the line.
Yeah, but look, before I get to Brother Watcher, that's one of the few cards that I see they top to bottom was pretty good. That for I said for years that especially the beginning of the year that was pretty good. Usually when Dana put out cards, beginning of the year, it'd be like the main event be good, but the undercards be but this from top to bottom. You agree from top to bottom. This was a pretty good card.
Right, because like I said, Dana White, he does that all the time. He puts all these
Yes.
cards together, and people look at him and say, "Oh, this is not going to be great." And then when you watch it, these fights end up turning out to be really good. Like
Right.
a lot of people are getting upset when they see UFC 257. There's like, okay, the only good fight everybody wants to see is Conor McGregor and what's his name? What's the other guy's name? He's fighting Dustin Poirier, and then you see the co-main event is Hooker and Michael Chandler, but then everybody looks at the undercard and say, "That's it." But like I said,
Hmm.
when you tune in to watch these when you tune in to watch these fights, they actually gonna turn out pretty good, you know.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay, Brother Watcher from down under.
Yeah, the upcoming cards should be good. All the main events as well. Not sure what's Chiesa versus Magny next week, and then you obviously have the big fight with
Hmm.
Poirier and Connor. This fight is
Hmm.
real interesting because it's a rematch, and I actually think one guy has improved much more than the other. I
Which
don't
one is
actually
it, if you don't mind
see.
to ask?
What'd you say?
Which one is that improved to you?
Well, I'm about to say. I think Poirier has improved more than McGregor. I think he has shown more layers to his game. Now, I'm not saying that's because that's the way because he's going to win, or because he's done that he's going to win. That's just a
Hmm.
factor that could decide the outcome. I do think, however, that despite the improvements, I still think Connor's going to get him out of there, and I feel like Poirier will be. I think the fight really will end the same way as the first one because I know Poirier is a mentally strong dude and he's been in a lot of wars, but you know I feel that Connor will find him pretty quickly.
Yeah.
If for Poirier to win this fight, he's really got to. He has to go forward. If he goes backwards, um,
Yeah.
that will give Connor far too much confidence just to fire off the left hand because Connor doesn't have much in his arsenal when you really think about it. What is his finisher? His finisher really is his straight left and his left
Hmm.
uppercut. His other
Right.
shots aren't as punishing. He's got some good low kicks and he attacks the body well, but his real finisher is the left uppercut and the left straight. I'm sure he
Okay.
has that good power in his left hook as well because he's a southpaw. But
Okay.
Poirier has to tire him for the first minute, put him on the fence, stomp his toes, make him feel uncomfortable,
Hmm.
knee him in the thigh, wrestle. I'm sure Poirier could take him down. I don't
Mm.
think he will, um,
I,
but he can. He's
yeah.
capable. But
Yeah.
Connor has been inactive. He has not
Hmm.
fought for long. If you compare the two performances against Khabib, I thought Poirier did a better job than Connor. You know,
Yeah. Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I would say this that to beat Khan, beat O'Con. I said McGregor. I would say this. Yeah. I think I said for the last few years, I gotta get credit. His boxing skills got better. But I feel like this that if he fought a legit boxer, he's gonna lose. But I feel that Poirier, he has to get him on the ground. He has to mix it up. He got to make it like he's a stomp toe. He got to make it very uncomfortable when he gets him on the ground. He got to mix up his arsenal. He got an elbow. He got an elbow to his ribs. He got even if Gregor will block his face. He got to make sure make Uncle his arms. Make him sore. Make him feel that he's in a war. And then what I'm saying is when it's time to submit, to submit him, he got to do it quick. I agree with both of y'all. He got to go for it because if he go backwards against McGregor, his like you say his left hook. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that to watch out for too. McGregor do got a sneaky uppercut right hand too, and he goes to the body too. I think that boy he got to watch out for that. I think he got to watch out for that because he is vulnerable for that too. So, but I would say that he got to slip it wherever McGregor throws. He got to sidestep it. That means his footing has to be very very. He got to be light footed. I believe he got to be light footed. He got to slip those punches, and when it's time to take him down, he got to take him down. I want to ask your brother. I'm gonna ask this gotcha. What you think? My assess of it is. If I'm right or wrong, I can stand and be corrected.
Oh no, you're speaking the truth, brother. I agree with what you said. Like what the brother Watcher said. Dustin Poirier, he can't back up into this fight. He has to bring the fight to McGregor. And like I said, he has to circle away from Connor's power left. That's where Connor's power comes from. But he has to circle away. He has to mix it up. And like I said, he has to mix in a lot of takedowns so he could keep Connor guessing. You know what I mean? Because if he stands up with Connor for too much, yeah, I agree with the brother. He's gonna get knocked out. But yeah, I do see. For me, I think Dustin Poirier is gonna probably pull it off because one, like I said, Connor has been away from the sport. Like I said, the last time we saw Connor, it was in that fight with Donald Cerrone. A lot of people felt like that fight was not on the up and up. But like I said, Dustin Poirier has been in a lot of wars, and like I said, he has proven a lot since the last time he fought Connor. So like I said, I think that going into this fight, I think Dustin Poirier is going to do more than what he did the first fight. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people because we all know what's the plan that the UFC is trying to do right now is that they want Conor to win this fight so bad because Dana White has been talking to Khabib because they want to do Khabib and Conor too because that's the main
Yeah, we're
fight they
gonna
want
talk
to do.
about that too. Yes, keep
Yep,
on
yep.
going. I didn't mean to cut you. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want to talk
That's
about it, so
okay.
you'll keep on going.
Yeah, so that's the main agenda that the UFC is trying to push, and they really want Conor to win this fight so they can set up him with Khabib too. And like I said, I'm not going to count out Dustin Poirier because, like I said, Dustin Poirier has shown a lot, has improved a lot throughout his career. And like I said, I like I said, I told you last week, I think he's going to probably shock Conor McGregor
Mhm.
this Saturday night.
Okay, brother Watcher.
I wouldn't be surprised if Poirier upset him. The thing with me is he has to stay tight. Really on the feet, Connor just has the left hand to hurt him. I don't think
Hmm.
he can really hurt him with a head kick because Poirier he doesn't get hit by head kicks.
Hmm.
Poirier gets hit by leg kicks the most out of any other strike.
Hmm.
Um, he needs to cross guard with his elbows because when Connor throws that left, Connor's going to be hitting bone and elbow, and Connor could hurt his hand. So then you take
Hmm.
his biggest weapon away. If it gets into a dogfight where Dustin has been knocked out in firefights, but if he tightens up on a few things, he can do it. Connor
Hmm.
he fades mentally, not just physically. He fades mentally when he starts getting backed up. If
Hmm.
Nate Diaz can pressure you, I'm sure Poirier, who has more technique, can do it as well. But the problem is will those demons still be there from the first fight? That's my thing as well. I would love for Dustin to win,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, you never know, man. It is a good fight.
Okay. Good. Before George Page, if you want to get on the panel, let me know. I can send the link to you. And let me read this first, before we're gonna get to Khabib and McGregor. And also we're gonna talk about there is a possible fight towards middle of this year with Pacquiao and McGregor. I want to talk about that a little. Zabi says Qatar corner should throw the towel. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. And he said all three of those KOs was underdog. It was crazy. Yeah, I heard that too. Watch, Zabi said watch he said Zabi said watching talking points. Both of y'all making some great points too. So George Page, if y'all wants to get on, and Zabby said Dustin needs to fight on the inside. Tight combos clinch. Yeah. But I'm saying, yeah, but go more on your point, and I want your brothers to get on. So brother George Page, if you want to get on, this is the link right there. You want to get on, Zabby? If you want to get on too, I'd be more than welcome. I'm just saying, Zabby, my respect my grind, respect my channel, respect the people on the panel, respect people in the chat. And George Page, like, you're welcome. But I would say this, like the tight condos and clinch. You are absolutely right. But I'm saying like this, he got to be in control. He got to be in control because we find quite a few MMA fighters when I see a quite few they tight, but they buy but their motions is very loose. He got everything. He got to be tight. That means his mental got to be tight. That means his emotional got to be tight, and his body got to be tight because that is the only way that you're gonna be that you're gonna be on Conor. You got it. Everything got to be clicking one. It has to be. None cannot be. None of it cannot be loose. None. It cannot be 2 out of 3. It's got to be 3 out of 3. And I say it again. Mentally, he got to be in there. War. It's got to be. He got to look at McGregor. It's war. Number two, when he strike, well, like you say, when he strike with them tight condos, it's got to be tight and quick. It cannot be no lackadaisical. If you going to hit him, you got to hit him 1, 2, 3. Clinch. Also, it cannot be no loose clinch in McGregor because he's a veteran. He know how to get out. He know how to get over. So when he clinches, it's got to be tight. It's got to be very tight and control. Brothers, am I right what I'm saying, or I stand to be correct? Hello?
All
Oh,
right,
gotcha,
George.
gotcha. Go ahead, Watcher.
I thought he was gonna go ahead, but yeah, you are right. Look, Connor likes to counter you when you are open to be hit. If you're not open to be hit, all he's hitting is shoulders and arms, and that's
Mm-hmm.
where he can't. Because for the narrative that Connor just all he has is a left hand, it's near the full truth. It's not the full truth because he has other tools, but that is really the only thing he can really hurt you with, that left hand. And he can't do it
Mm-hmm.
in too many ways. He has good elbows. He has a head kick that can definitely hurt you, but he doesn't have much else. If Poirier can really get rid of the left hand, Connor has nothing for him at all. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you have to take Connor into deep water. It's what
Yes.
Khabib did. Khabib did it very easily. You need to cut the
If
distance.
you
Connor
want.
can't fight on the inside at all. He has a terrible inside game. It's everything is from long range and from space where he can counter with his shots. In close, he is bad. He can't do much in close. He might throw an elbow. He might throw that shoulder strike, but we're not talking about Cowboy Cerrone where he just allow Connor to tee off. You need to pressure Connor, and there's a lot of guys that are at lightweight. Not actually, there's probably not a lot of guys at lightweight, but more so at welterweight, where it won't work out as well for Connor because he can fight going backwards like he did against Alvarez, but in that fight he was controlling the middle of the cage. He was literally taking all that space. When you give him that space, you're on the floor in seconds. So it's all about being smart in this fight, really, and getting that space right on his chest.
Okay, good. We got my brother George Page. What's good? Welcome finally to the underrated MMA talk two. Welcome, brother. Welcome.
Thank you, gentlemen. Exit told me about your show, so I said, Wednesdays I could come on and just listen. But you invited me, so I don't mind.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I
yeah,
said,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So I
You're gonna
appreciate it.
talk. Yeah, you're gonna talk on this panel. You're not going to listen. You do enough listening. You're going to talk on here. You all right? So, but I'm glad that you hear and everything. I know go by what you listening, but let me ask you, who is your MMA favorite fighter? Before we continue.
Cyborg, truthfully, Cyborg. If
Oh, you
that's
took it. You said
she
last
is
week.
genuine person. She's
Mm-hmm. Okay.
hello. She's generally just a sweet person. A while back, I did a video about her, and she responded to it and made a comment on it, and that shows that me, a small time YouTuber who's only at like maybe 300 subs, she took the time, watched my video, and responded to it.
Wow. And you know what? If you remember the coach, I remember coach interviewed Saber, and I remember maybe y'all don't remember, but y'all was on the panel and I was on the panel. She actually talked to us.
Yeah, she did. So,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Hmm.
yeah, because that shows you how genuine person she is compared to guys like Conor McGregor, who's out
Oh
here
yeah,
throwing dollies and punching old
yeah.
men in club in bars, and
Oh
he's just
yeah. Hmm.
you
Yeah,
know uh,
yeah. I'm gonna cook his ass in a few minutes. Watch and
yeah.
see. I'm gonna cook
Uh
him. I'm gonna fry. I'm gonna fry his ass. Oh yes, I got some. Yeah, we gonna have a little fun in here. But by you hearing what's going on, while you hearing what's so far, what's your input, please?
Well, like I said, Conor already had history with Poirier,
Mm-hmm.
and more likely this is going to be depending on if Poirier step his game up, he might have a chance, but I feel like it's going to be Conor. And they really want to push this for Khabib Conor too. But Khabib don't want to fight Conor because he already had beat Conor. He has no interest in it. And what Khabib is that he promised his mother that he was going to retire after his father died. And
Right,
he's
right,
more
right.
and it's not about the money for him. Because you remember after that fight, they took away his money because of that fight. We jumped Dylan Dennis, and
Hmm.
he got the money. He's an honorable man. Right now, Khabib is negotiating to try to bring MMA to the Olympics. There's a shot that he might bring it for I think 2028.
Yes. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, good. Glad you. Okay, but again, anybody that wants to donate, it's on the screen. I do got a cash app. It's $ capital JT 53000. Also, I do also have a PayPal. It's // all in caps JT Black 53. So y'all could donate to that. Also, I do have a super chat if y'all want to. So donate for the cause. And also, if you do not have that, you can please share this out throughout your social media. It's very important. The more you share it out, the more people will know. And I expect to let the people know that I do boxing, underrated boxing talk, but also I do MMA. So the more, because the more y'all tell people about it, the more we could have these brothers back. We need some good stuff. We got some good stuff for these brothers already. So when the people also women too. Any woman that knows MMA in the near future, you can join on the panel too. I don't have no problem with that. But we're going to keep this going too. Okay. Now, before I get to Pacquiao, I ain't going to Pacquiao McGregor. I heard that still be in the picture. I said towards the middle of this year. But I'm gonna get to that in a few minutes. Now we're gonna get to what brother George was talking about. Could be supposed to be tired and stuff and everything, but that fight is still in play. Now I'm gonna ask George first, Watcher, and Nescacha. Who do you got on the second fight? Now we know, but I want people to I want to hear each of your input, please. Start from brother George.
I want to see Khabib win. I really do want to see Khabib win. But if Conor, like I say, Khabib's not a good striker. If Conor can get him a situation, get him against the cage, and just you know, not like he did with Cowboy Cerrone and use elbow, shoulder
Mhm.
strikes to beat that fight. But if Conor can throw his fist in fast enough, he can probably.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you came out. I hit you back. Go ahead. I ain't we
Oh
ain't hit
yeah.
the last part.
Like I said, I just want to see Khabib win. I genuinely want to see because I don't like McGregor's just he's just foolish. I used to have a little respect for him, but these last few years he's just been out there. You know, after he won that, I think that after that Floyd fight, he just most of the time just ran through and getting drunk and getting coked out.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna cook this food in a few minutes. Okay, brother, watcha. Same question, please.
This is one of those opponents that has Connor's number, and um, the only instance where I would see Connor beating Khabib is maybe if Khabib was older or he had injuries,
Mm-hmm.
um, and he had that mentality when he fought Eddie Alvarez. But Connor won't beat Khabib ever, and it's just one of those things where, for one, he doesn't accept the defeat. He made a bunch of excuses after the fight. Um, he's taken drugs since. Um, he will never be able to beat this guy. The wrestling is far too strong. He can try to defend takedowns all he wants, but there's not really a single person that's been able to stop that onslaught. As far as Khabib striking, it's not the best, but he makes it work. And he took Connor's best shots, really. Even though Connor
Mm-hmm.
was tired, he took his shots and he still walked through and he was still able to crank his face in, so it's not really even something I want to see. And I don't think Khabib would take it because, he made a promise, to his mother, and he doesn't seem like the type of guy that would just come back for a payday. I don't see it happening. I just think that, that's a bit of a crude thing to do. I mean, why would you want to bring back someone who made a promise to their mother because their father passed away, just to make a big money fight with Connor? It's just for me. I don't buy that. But Khabib all the way, man. He just absolutely destroys this guy every time. The first time was not competitive at all.
It
This
was.
time around, it'd probably be even worse.
Yeah. Uh, all right. Oh yeah. Before I get to you, Escott, George Page. If you look down in my chat, this is my email. I want you to copy it down and send me an email. Okay. So
Give
so
me a
so I can
second.
plug you in. Okay. Go ahead, Escott. Same question, please. Escott. XA gotcha.
Oh, sorry about that. I was on mute. Sorry about that. Yeah, I agree with brother George Page and Watcher. I go with not Connor, Khabib because, like I said, Connor he can't stop that the pressure from Khabib in that in the takedown. And like I said, that's gonna be the main point of the if they ever fight the second that Khabib is just gonna keep pressuring Connor. He's just gonna keep pressuring him and not give him no space. So yeah, it's not going to be competitive the second time. And so, like I said, I just see Khabib easily beating Connor the second time. But like what the brother said, Khabib's not going to break his promise to come out and fight Connor again. It doesn't matter how much money. It doesn't matter how much money Dana White put on the table. I don't see Khabib coming out to fight Conor McGregor again. You know.
Okay. Well, my take is this. George on page. Let me know you got got the email or not. Let me know. My take is this that I would love to see that fight because I think it would but I think it would I think it would bring the sport to its prominence that it should. But I don't see it could be come back, and I feel that like y'all was saying, like brother, watch it will be worse. It could be come back and it's going to be worse. It's not going to. But I would say this a George Page, but I think could be like last 3 years could be boxing gotten better. It's not all it should be, but I think it got better. But I think that could be strength is kicks and go on the ground. And I really believe that if that would happen, if Khabib get him on the ground, it's done. It just be gonna be matter of time that Conor is gonna tap out. But like I said, like your brother said, I don't think that's going to happen and everything. And I would love to see that fight because I would like McGregor to see his ass. Now, but I'm gonna say little stuff about McGregor. I don't like him. I really don't. You know, if it's up to me, if I see him in the street, I believe I whoop his ass. I believe I hit him with a thing. I hit him with a garbage can. I believe I put him in the middle of the street, let a truck run. Excuse me, God. I'm sorry. I love you, God. But trust me, I believe in God, but I don't like him. I don't like how he treated, despite how I feel about um you know about whatever his name, you know, whatever it is. Well, anyway, I don't like the way that he talked to, you know, when he say certain things about call monkey, and the media let him get away and murder
Mm-hmm.
Floyd Mayweather. I don't like, despite how I feel about Floyd Mayweather, I don't like him either. I'm talking about right now, but he shouldn't call no names, and then the media let him talk. I mean, I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes too, because it's very disturbing that, especially these European fighters, these Irish fighters, they say things that racial undertone that is not being checked. Matter of fact, let's get into it right now before we continue. How do y'all feel about that? And brother Watcher, I'm gonna start from you, Escacha, and then brother George Pace, please.
How do I feel about what?
How do you how do you feel that these are European fighters and the Irish fighters saying racial
Oh
things
yeah,
about?
yeah. Now I got you.
I want
I
you to
got
get. I
you.
want you. ECO. Like I said, it's gonna be you, Escacha, and George Page.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why would you say such a thing? Why would you? This is the problem with people. When they start resorting to that, they've lost already. Um,
Hmm.
you making disgusting comments like that about other people is just ridiculous. I mean, how low you have to go to just trash talk is beyond me. He got killed in that fight. Just like in his like most of his losses, he's been killed in. I mean, he got killed in the boxing match. He got killed against Khabib. He got killed against Nate. He still got killed against Nate, even when he won. He got submitted earlier in his career. I mean, I don't like the guy really. Um, he had a better reputation as he was coming up. And that Connor we will never see again. And the comments are just ridiculous. I mean, you cannot say that, period. You know, And for every other fighter, the European guys especially, they're saying that it's crazy.
Good. Okay. Thank you. Same question, please, friend. Brother, gotcha.
Well, how I feel, I just don't like it because, like I said, uh, Conor McGregor, he say all the stuff, and like he get a pass from the media, and like I said, the media, they don't check him because of his skin color. And like I said, had that been me who said something racial towards somebody else, it'll be planted all over the world. You know what I mean? But like I said, if you guys remember, Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, this is just backstage. Floyd told Conor to say those racial things to build up the fight. You know, because that's how Floyd is. Floyd said, "Hey, Conor, bring in some race, say some racial shit.
Yeah.
This could sell the fight." And Connor said, "Dance with me, boy." He said, "Monkey," and like everybody was eating that shit up. He didn't get checked for it. Like I said before, had that been me who said those kind of racial words, everybody would have said, "Oh, this guy is bad for the sport. This guy is this and that." But like I said, Conor McGregor, he has that uh, complexion for protection, because of his skin color, and that's why he was able to get away with some of the shit that he said. Like he was saying a lot of racial stuff about Jose Aldo and his country, and what else? And Khabib too. He was like shitting all over Khabib's religion and everything. And like I said, the media don't say anything. They don't say anything because, like I said, they eat the shit up to everything he said, man. And to me, like I really hate Connor. Well, I wouldn't say I hate Connor, but I'll say I dislike him for all that stuff that he said. Like I said, what the brother Watcher said, he was coming up. He had a good reputation, but like I said, once he started to get all that fame to his head, that's when he went out the door, and then he just started saying all this crazy shit, and that's when I started to dislike him.
Cool. Okay. Same question, George Page, and then I'll read about some from Zabby.
That's the problem with a lot of Europeans. They have this uh, what's this? I'm trying to think of the word. Superiority complex, and you gotta forget that black people, we've been here just as long in this country and other places as any other people. And if you look at history and you look at geology, many life started in Africa. And those people who sprouted out into the world, in different parts of the world, are descendants of our bloodline. Technically, they say that being white is more of a mutation than anything. But then we point that out to people like that, they just don't want to hear it. Problem with Conor McGregor, he likes to play the villain. And that's the thing is. And to quote one of my favorite movies, Dark Knight, I have the Joker, you either die, become the hero, or stay long enough to become the villain.
Got you. Let me read some from Zabby. He said, "Fam, the underrated darkness. I'm from the UK, and I agree. Connor is a straight up racist. Who could be and his religion, and they swept it under the rug." Oh, you from UK? Thank you. Go. We got somebody from UK, y'all. You go. Your some of the people in UK. Well, I ain't gonna get into it. I ain't gonna get into it. We ain't gonna get into it. Now, this is again. Welcome to my channel, the underrated darkness. Y'all truly the underrated one, the number one grinder. We got brother George Page. We got brother Walker from down under. Then we got my brother Gotcha, and we got everybody in the chat. Please engage in the chat. Any questions or anything you want to add on? Please do. Please, LB in the fake. That doggone LB always sneaking up on here. Shout out to the LDBC. That stands for Lions Den Boxing Community, also basketball community. Thank you so much, brother Art New Style TV. Thank you so much. That's our professor for our people right there. I want you to go check out those channels, brother LB, brother Art New Style. I want you to check out those channels. Excellent information. Bro, I want you to check out Brother Watcher channel. George, do you have a channel?
Well, I have my channel, which is All the Ways George Page here on YouTube, and I got a couple of
You got a couple what?
And also I got a couple of channels that I made on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we gotta hook up on Facebook too. Yeah, we gotta hook up on Facebook too, cause I'm gonna get my page and also my group. So, but we gonna link up on that. So, but I want y'all to go check out those channels that I just mentioned. Engage, engage, engage. Now, great. Now we gonna get into some boxing, but we gonna stick to MMA too. Now, if Conor get past Poirier, right? There is talking about McGregor is going to might fight Pacquiao. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start from Esgacha first, Watcher, then George Page.
You asked me how I feel about the Pacquiao and Conor fight.
Yes.
Tell you the guys the truth, it's pretty much part of the. I don't want to be disrespectful. It's part of the fuckery that's going on in boxing right now because Manny Pacquiao has a belt that he's supposed to be defending. He's the WA champion, and like I said, he has to be fighting. He has Errol Spence pounds right now, or Terrence Crawford. I know that Pacquiao wants to get one more big payday because he wants to retire in the Senate in the Philippines, so he's trying to look for that one last big payday. But like I said, Manny Pacquiao is a WA champion, and he needs to focus on Errol Spence. That's the big fight that everybody wants to see. in boxing. It's him and Errol Spence. You know, um, like I said, I don't know. Like I said, the thing in boxing, it's just a mess right now. You know, with this whole thing with Conor and Pacquiao. Like I said, Pacquiao he wants to fight Conor, and then I don't know, man. It's something I don't even like. I'm just gonna pass on it. I don't even like it at
Okay.
all. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
even like it.
I got you. I got you. Next, brother, watcha.
Manny Pacquiao should stick to boxing, and Conor McGregor should stick to MMA. That's really the black and the white of it. Um, Manny has held that WBA belt since July 2019, and we've discussed this with Black Star Sports TV as well, and we will
Mm-hmm.
continue to. He either needs to retire or he needs to actually fight, because I don't have time to see Conor jump in someone else's spot and get to fight Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao will beat his ass. And Conor, he has good boxing, but he is boxing for MMA.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of actually putting 12 ounce gloves on, he's not that good. And we saw that with Floyd Mayweather, obviously. Obviously Mayweather did make him look bad, but this to me is more of an exhibition that they're trying to organize, and
Okay.
it seems that Manny might want it.
Okay, good. Before I get to George Page, Roger, I'm gonna come back to you right now. Tell the people the difference of boxing of MMA and regular boxing, please, because there's people think there's the same, but there's a big significant difference. Please explain. Please, we know what's going on in the panel, but explain to people in the chat, some people in the chat, even people listening outside, please.
You want me to explain that?
Yes.
Yeah, so when you box with gloves on, certain techniques different. So for example, in mixed martial arts, you cannot catch a jab with your right hand, right? Like how Sugar Ray Leonard did, how Larry Holmes did, right? Because your hand is too small and your hand will get injured that way. But when you have a glove on, you can do that. You can high guard block better because gloves are bigger and they cover your wrists more. You can't do that in MMA. In terms of the punches as well, when you're boxing, you know, you can hit gloves and, the punch can stop there, even when you turn it sometimes. Boxing for MMA, you cannot stick a move in MMA like a Larry Holmes or a Muhammad Ali. You cannot box like a Floyd Mayweather in MMA and jab to the body and get out. MMA boxing is really just a who's a good MMA boxer, I'd say. Obviously, Conor is, but he is a hybrid style that we never saw that before in the UFC. He's the first guy to fight like that. Max Holloway, okay, where you throw your combinations and you get in and out and you can throw to the body. Not many other fighters in the UFC. Most other fighters in the UFC, they cannot fight like that. They cannot, use boxing like that. Um, it's completely different. Parrying shots, blocking shots, it is very different to boxing just with gloves on. Just the overall technique as well, where your elbow comes from when you punch, all that.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Do any because your brother Art said show pictures of upcoming events and conferences, just suggestion. Yeah, that's good because I do mine. I'm doing mine off the phone. I want to know, do y'all have any events right now that y'all want to share to the screen? I can press share, see if that works, or if y'all can't. I'm just saying right now or in the near future. Hello?
Yes, hello.
Oh, y'all didn't hear what I said? Y'all didn't
Nope.
hear what I said?
Go ahead, say it again.
No, I'm saying to you, all
Say
right,
again.
because I said brother Art brought a good point that he wanted to see some events so people would know. So I'm saying if there any events, I ain't gonna, we gonna do it tonight. So if there any events in the near future that y'all want to show, cause I'm doing mine off the phone, just let me know and I can share it so people would know. All right, I'm just putting it out there if y'all want to do it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
just
people would know. Yeah,
yeah,
so we're
yeah,
gonna do it.
yeah, yeah. I think it's a good idea. We go that route.
Yeah,
And so
exactly. So
yeah, yeah, so we can see what events is coming up. That's a good
right.
suggestion by our brother Art.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and then I think I could do it off my phone. I could hit share, and then they could pass through. Okay, well we go definitely. Well, we did talk about that brother R two, but thank you so much. Now, but let me oh, man, I forgot what I was getting ready to ask. Okay, now I'm glad. Oh, I forgot. George, the same question, please.
What was the question again? I forgot.
The question is about about
Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor.
Conor
Okay,
McGregor, right?
okay. That's a waste of time. If anything, if anybody McConaughey is going to fight, he might well fight Jake Paul because that's the fight I think people will want to see because
Mm.
Conor has that fan base, and many of that fan bases are YouTube followers, and Jake Paul is a big time YouTuber, and he like with that fight he had with Nate Robinson, people watch that fight even though it wasn't much of a fight. They watched because of Jake Paul, but
Hmm.
you know what? Anything should, Manny should really think about retiring. He's a representative in the Philippines Senate, and he maybe should run for the president of the Philippines. He might even win.
I think he will win.
The other guy, he probably would try to kill him if he does try to win, because like I said, he been to the Philippines. You know that guy who's the president. He got his name. He's about as
Hmm.
bad as Putin.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but
but
Pacquiao's gonna win. He's gonna win it definitely.
Yeah.
yeah. If they don't put no stipulations of that fight and everything, and it's gonna be regular boxing. McGregor. I would like to see him get messed up. I really do. Like I said before, I would kick him if he in the ground. I would kick him. I stomp his stomp his face out. I really do. I don't like him. And see, but I'm glad you made a point about Floyd Mayweather tell him to do that. But I would say this though too, and that excellent point that your brother said that too. But let's say that he been licensed even before that. And I want people to understand that he be making some racial thing over undertones even before that. So you know what I'm saying. But we know how Mayweather he's a piece of work, and I'm saying and I'm being nice tonight.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah, he
being
has,
nice tonight.
yeah, he has some problems. Because like I said,
Yeah.
if it was any other sport, like it was boxing, well, boxing's about as bad as wrestling, but he wouldn't. They live with it. That's the shit that goes on. We hear about how certain boxers, like who are white European, they do shit that was very bad. Like who was that boxer actually that attacked a woman and attacked her dog, and
Oh, Kovalev.
yeah, and no one says nothing about that. And then if Floyd goes to jail for domestic violence, where there was no real evidence of that,
Right.
and then
Hmm.
everybody's talking yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Oh, I got. Well, I'm gonna get back to MMA in a few seconds. Um, instead of Kovalev, I call Cold drug lab. That's what I call him. I call him cold drug lab. You know he got busted again of drugs
Yeah,
Yep,
I heard it this afternoon.
he tests positive. He tested positive for steroids, and nobody's not even
again.
talking about it. Yeah, nobody's not even talking about it. It's
They
not
don't want
even
to
in the
talk about it.
news.
Yup, exactly. So he's supposed to fight this guy now. His last name Dennis. He was 6. He's supposed to fight him on the 30th of this month, and he got caught on drugs again. And like y'all saying, he don't say that. This is the person that attacked a woman that hurt her dog severely. Okay. Now people could say all they want. I'm talking about of boxing media globally, they want to keep that on the hush hush so bad. But that's a good point. One of your brothers brought out about Floyd Mayweather. It wasn't no evidence or nothing. Now, listen, we know he's a piece of shit. We understand, but at the same time, we got to tell the truth on here. There is a double standard that is still happening right now, even though that you got John Jones. They got there to bust every day, and then we got we got past MMA fighters that European descent getting caught, but one way or the other, they find a way to fight. And
Mhm.
Dana White has not said anything about it. Though
And
too. Go.
and then like this Cyborg, like I said, I'm a big fan of Cyborg. She got popped years ago when she was young, and still
Right.
people are on her case about getting that popped at one time. But there's a fighter, Jessica Panay, who's gotten popped at least 2 times in UFC, and they still don't say nothing about that.
All
They
right.
still,
Repeat that again, please, so people
yeah,
will know about. Repeat that again, please.
yeah, because like I said, Cyborg got popped years ago. She hadn't done it. She never done it after that because she was young. That was a mistake she made, and she
Mm-hmm.
learned from that. And you got Jessica Bonet, who fought Joanna Jacek for the title, who got popped at least 2 times in her career. She's right now she's talking about wanting to come back, but she's been out for almost 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think that there's no point for her coming back. She shouldn't come to UFC. More likely, if she's gonna fight anywhere, it should be one of these low level, like maybe LFA or maybe Titan FC or something like that. No point for coming back to UFC because the fact is the start division of UFC is a murderous gallery. You got people like
Mm-hmm.
Amanda Rebus, you got Zane, you got Joanna still there. Even though Jessica Andrade went up to 125, you have some strong fighters, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just kind of funny how remember back in the day, was it who was it? I'm trying to remember. It was a boxer who got popped. I think
Mm-hmm.
people talk about Mike Tyson was on it, but it never, if he was, we never ever know. And
Right.
then you think about all the other fighters. Like remember the time Oliver McCall, he had like a coke out moment when he was fighting Lance Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
It's just people are always going to talk about who's on it, who's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. But that's what I'm saying. Cause I brought that up because I know y'all know about it. We know about it. I know some people know about it, but it still goes. So it going on today that is a double standard, and then I just Cobra drug head. Y'all media is something else. Y'all old media, y'all need to retire. Cause the new media, the new real media, we here, we gonna talk about this. So if y'all hear what I'm saying, I know you're hearing in the clouds and everything. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. You got Cobra drug head. This is not the first time, and like George Pace said. She done it twice, and then she wants to come back. And you know what Dana White is going to do? He going to have her back.
Yeah,
Y'all can put your money on that. Go ahead.
he, yeah, he can push somebody like Cyborg out of the organization, but keep fighters that are just not that good, one dimensional, and it's just and like I said, you talk about steroids, like guy like Brock Lesnar, Frank Mir, uh, Ken Shamrock. I mean, the list is go. And don't forget Anderson Silva.
Yep.
He got thrown on the bus. When he got busted. And John Jones. Well, John Jones, even though they put John Jones out there, hey, they keep bringing him back because he's a show. He's money.
Yeah. He big time.
Mm-hmm.
He big. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. That's right. And so
Mm-hmm.
now, after all that and everything, I want to again. I want to thank y'all, brother Watcher from down under. I want to thank Esgacha, brother Esgacha, and you, brother George. Rage, Page.
Also, I go by another name. I am the Emperor of female bodybuilding. If you want, come and check out.
Oh, you an emperor female body? Oh
Yes,
well, you know, after you said that, now it's gonna be some females gonna be coming here. I'm just letting you know. Y'all don't come to George Page. Y'all pay some respect to the underrated one first. All right?
yes,
Don't
sir.
come, don't come and say, oh, I want to see George Page. I want to see it. When you pay respect to my goddamn page. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, all
Amen.
right. If that's what you want to name yourself. All
Yeah.
right. Now, after we talk about the George Pay before you came here, we did talk about the undercard because you know the card that we just talked about that was an outstanding card. Do you have anything to talk about the undercard before we go on?
Which other car was that?
The past card,
Oh,
this past week,
you mean
Last night.
last
last night
night. Yes, yeah,
Holloway versus that dude. I didn't get to see that one.
yeah.
I missed it.
Oh, you missed it. Oh, okay.
I heard about it. I mean, I heard Max is pretty good. Max is pretty good. That last fight he had, he should have won, but it gave to that other dude. But Max is pretty good. And then that time he beat the wheels off of Brian Ortega. Oh my God, that boy. You know, he should stay away from Claudia Gadea.
Just stay away. Stay away. Cause
Yeah.
yo, you got beat like a telephone booth out of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm
You know,
just
like my grandpa said, he got beat like a government mule. And
yeah.
with a mule, he'll like he remembers when he was coming up, a mule just stop in the middle of the field and not work. You got to whip him until he gets back to start pulling.
Right. Okay. Now, okay. Let me ask you this quick before we continue. Now, we got an outstanding card last night. Do you think that we're gonna see more cards like that throughout the year? And we're gonna start from George Page first, Brother Watcher and Escacha.
Well, I don't know. As you know, we have the Poirier versus Dustin card coming up, and then I think we have we still the card that's really people are waiting for is you got is it Israel Alessandra versus Jan Blackskowitz. That's that's
Mm-hmm.
soon, and people want to see John Jones maybe fight either Curtis Blades or maybe fight Francis Ngannou, and then
I'd rather have five first Agata. That's my thing.
I think a lot of people are still waiting on see who's gonna fight between Rose and Wiley, but I think Dean want to push. He's gonna throw the Cookie Monster, Carla Esparza, to Wiley because they're still waiting on Rose. And then
Mhm.
everybody's talking about most definitely Valentina and most definitely Jessica Andrade. We all know that Jessica Andrade, she doesn't have no chance against Valentina. I know people keep
Nah.
just because Jessica Andrade can body slam somebody and throw them around doesn't mean she's gonna throw around the bullet. Like I said, like this, Valentina is a master assassin. She is a chess master playing among
Mhm.
checker players. If Black Widow was a real life person, that's Valentina. And
Mhm.
then you got the this garbage coming up, Amanda Nunes versus
Yo.
I like to call her the pale vampire um and Megan Anderson. But I want to see if it wasn't for Dana White, bald headed, whisker biscuit, foodie, fruitcake, Lex Luthor looking ass. We could have had Nunez and Cyborg too. Fuck him.
Mm. Okay.
I'm sorry, gentlemen.
That's
I
what's
just
up.
got a little emotional.
That's all right. That's all right. You
Is that
good,
joking
brother?
me?
Watcha. It's all right, brother. Watcha.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of good cards that are coming up. It's more so the fights that I want to see. John Jones has been clamoring for heavyweight. We've yet to see him fight there. Um, and he should fight Ngannou. If Ngannou doesn't get its title shot, and that will be John Jones's first loss.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he will regret taking that fight with Ngannou. but I think he can do it better against other heavyweights. You mentioned Israel Adesanya. I mean, there's a lot of ducking in the UFC, and he's a good example.
Mm-hmm.
He's going for Jan because he thinks Jan Blachowicz is the easier fight than John Jones,
Mm-hmm.
because John Jones vacated. So now it's a case of, you know, going for Jan, who Israel perceives as the easier fight, but I think Israel will lose that fight. Um, my favorite fighter right now is Kamaru Usman, and he has,
Mm.
in
Mm.
my opinion, the hardest fight out of all the UFC fighters against Gilbert Burns, who has just been on an absolute tear and who is just good.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
about everywhere. That's February 13th.
Yeah,
Um,
I gotta check them out too. Yeah.
yeah, the Argentinian guy Santiago Ponzinibbio. I had him as the guy to beat Usman, and Usman is my favorite fighter in the UFC, but he lost that fight, so now I don't think that anymore. I think
Mm-hmm.
it was Gilbert second. Now I think Gilbert is the guy that can beat Usman, which is why I'm going to be very nervous watching it because Usman, he stands for more than just fighting. He reminds me of Deontay Wilder a little bit, in the way he conducts himself and the way he carries himself. But
Mm-hmm.
that one for me, that's really the one because we're dealing with legacy. We're dealing with welterweight greats. George St. Pierre stuff. Getting on
Yeah.
that level now.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Escacha.
Yo, fam. Yo, like I said, I'm excited for these fights that's coming up. Like I said, brother, Watcher, Stipe versus Miocic too. That fight is already set for UFC 260 main event. That's the fight I want to see. Because Francis has been on a tear. If your brothers remember, he lost the fight to Stipe, then he lost to the Black Beast, and everybody was writing the brother off. They said, "Oh, Francis is done. Francis is done." And then Francis just went on this monster's tear. He just started knocking out cats, and like I said, now he get his rematch at UFC 260 against Stipe Miocic. That's the fight I'm looking forward to. That's my big fight. Also, John Jones. Yeah, I would love to see John Jones at heavyweight, but like I said, we got to see how he fares. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of good fights I'm looking forward to. Just like with the brother George Pace said, Rose Namajunas and Jean Belay. That's a good fight. Amanda Nunes and Megan Anderson. I mean, there's so many good fights that's gonna happen this year, man. But like I said, we just got to get by the big obstacle that is occurring right now. This coronavirus, because like I said, it's still here, and like I said, that was the reason why we lost so many key matches, key fights because of this COVID. So, but I hope that we get some these awesome fights this year. You know,
Okay.
but me, like I said, I'm looking forward to Stipe and Francis too. That's going to be an awesome fight. That's going to be a big ass fight right there. I'm looking forward to the most because I would love to see Francis Ngannou become champion. Don't get me wrong, I love Stipe. Stipe is a cool dude, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Francis' time to become champion. I just love Francis. He seems like a very cool dude as well.
Yeah.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
a good fight. That I want to see the most. I want to see the brother become champion. You
Yeah.
know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like Team Fan. I like the way he conduct himself and everything. And again, I want to thank y'all so much to join us. But I want to talk about this, and maybe I'm dreaming, but I would like to see Valentine and Shawboy. And after that, I'm gonna ask Brother Watcher to start it off. George Page, no, Watcher and Scotcher and George Page. What do you think? Watson?
So Shevchenko versus who?
No, Valentine against Shawboy. Shawboy.
Oh yeah, I think that's a good one. You know, Man, I don't follow that one as much. That division. I think you guys can speak on that better because you probably have better knowledge than me on that.
Okay. All right.
Well, I could say this though. It's gonna probably be the weight difference because Valentina she is 125 and Chris
Mhm.
Cyborg is 145. So I don't know
Yeah.
how that's I don't know how that fight. I don't know how they're gonna get that fight together. Because of the weight difference. You
Yeah.
know, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
if like I said, if they could at least meet at because Valentina she used to fight at 135 because
Right.
there was no
No,
125 at the
no, it
moment. So
wasn't.
but
No, it wasn't.
like I said, if they could at least meet at 140, yeah, why not make that fight?
Mm,
Why not make that fight? What's
Okay.
going on, George Page? What you saying over there, George Page?
I don't see it happening. I'm sorry, that's not gonna ever happen because Valentina, she's too, she's very careful about her diet, and that's too much. And most definitely, Cyborg's not gonna make 135. She barely made
Mm-mm.
140 when she fought
Mhm.
Leslie Smith. That's not
Mhm.
gonna. That's not really gonna happen. Really, I think a fight that I will see that's possible. Like I'm still gonna say it. We want to see Nunez versus Cyborg 2. That's the fight we really want to see. Valentina, she can probably fight Wale Zane. That's a fight that's possible because Wale can
Right.
probably go to 125. But
Mhm.
Valentina versus Cyborg, that's not going to happen. But we want to see if it's possible. If Dana can get off his Lex Luthor, like I know Zebby like me when I say Lex Luthor looking ass, his bald head, Mr. Mr. Clean, even Mr. Clean looking self, and say, you know what, and see the problem is with him, Scott Coker. It goes back to when Scott was, had Strike Force, and Dana was just starting up the
Mhm.
UFC. As you remember, the Gracies originally had the UFC, but then because, as you remember years ago, the late Senator John McCain, he put in policies with which they changed the rules. We used to back in
Yes.
the day, there used to be guys different weight classes fighting each other, and because a lot of military guys like Green Berets, Navy SEALs got into these fights and they got hurt. That was hurting the military. John McCain put past a policy, rule in which those guys couldn't compete, and then he said that the UFC, which was back when it was still the Gracies, had to put in certain rules and sanctions. And the Gracies sold it to Dana White and the Fatitas, and then they created these weight classes and everything like this. And maybe back in the day, if it was like that old day UFC, yes, you can probably see something like Cyborg versus Valentina, but now you're not gonna ever see it.
Okay. Cool. All right. Now I'm glad y'all be taking my points, man. I don't like that, man. Y'all take my points, man.
Don't
Yeah,
be a hater.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start switching up, man. But I just joke around with you because that was on my sideboard and Amanda Nunes. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start from Watcher. I'm going to start from Esgacha, Watcher, and George Page. And then after that, I'm gonna ask your brothers to make your last remarks. And each last time, I want you to stay there and make my last remarks, and we're gonna close it out. This is gonna be the last segment.
All right.
Now, Amanda Nunes and Sideboard 2. I want each of y'all explain why it should happen and who you think is going to win. We're going to start with Escacha, Brother Watcher, Brother Escacha, Brother Watcher, and Brother George Page, please.
Well, the reason why everybody wants to see the rematch because everybody didn't like how the first fight went down because a lot of people, including myself, thought that Cyborg would have came into that fight way more prepared. But like I said, Cyborg came into that fight too over aggressive, and it cost her the fight. And like I said, a lot of people, like I said, including myself, thought uh, Chris Cyborg was going to beat Amanda Nunes. But like I said, she came to that fight over aggressive, and it cost her the fight. And so, like I said, a lot of people have been clamoring for the rematch for almost like a year now. Because like I said, we want to see how because we want to see how Cyborg is going to come into that fight, uh, not aggressive. How she's going to approach the fight this time. Because like I said, I still think Cyborg is better than Amanda Nunes. because like I said, I just felt like Amanda got that lucky shot on Cyborg because she was over aggressive. But
Mhm.
I still think, like I said, I still think that Chris Cyborg is the much more better fighter than Amanda Nunes. And like I said, this is the fight that we all want to see because we want to see how Chris Cyborg approaches fight more relaxed, more composed. Because like I
Mhm.
said, because going into that fight, Chris Cyborg, she wanted to knock out Amanda Nunes because Amanda Nunes was being a sellout, and
Yes.
that was the reason
Creole
why.
chat.
Yeah, that's the reason why she wanted, because she wanted to knock out. She wanted to make a point and say, "Hey, I'm going to knock you out because you've been selling out our community." And like I said, that what really cost her the fight because she went into that fight over aggressive and she got knocked out. And like I said,
And
a lot
angry,
of
and
people,
yeah, she went in angry too.
she went in that fight way too angry. Like I said,
Mhm.
now like a
Mhm.
lot of people say, okay, well, if Chris Cyborg makes some adjustments, if she was more relaxed and composed, then we might actually see a different outcome in the second fight. But like I said, there's too much roadblocks right now because Chris Cyborg, she's in Bellator, Amanda Nunes is in the UFC, Scott Coker and Dana White, they're not going to come together. They really ain't going to come together. But like I said, this is that right there would have been the biggest fight in women's MMA, Nunes versus Cyborg too. But like I said, there's a roadblock right now, and it's not going to happen though. But like I said, it's the fight that we all want to see. But Dana White's not. He's not going to work. He's not going to work with Scott Coker. He's not. That's
Got
my
you.
take.
Got you. It's brother Watcher from down under.
Yeah, that fight isn't going to happen. Pretty much, you explained it. Like, just Bellator and the UFC, they won't ever come together. I don't think it should happen again anyway. I mean, I don't want to see Cyborg get put down like that again.
Oh no,
Cyborg
don't you?
hit Amanda with her best shots, and Amanda didn't budge. She just walked through that like it was nothing, and she dropped her like 4 times in total, including the actual stoppage of the fight. It's just one of those things. Like, Amanda is that good, and you know, Cyborg is tremendous as a fighter, but I just don't think that in a rematch anything will be different. I think that Amanda would do the same thing, probably in 1 or 2 rounds, because Amanda, she's a powerhouse. Cyborg is, but no one expected that, and I was shocked. I was really shocked when it happened, but Amanda did the business, and both this, Cyborg's still great. It's just one of those things. She just got that handed to her.
Mhm. Okay, cool. George Page, my brother, please.
I'm sticking right here. Cyborg Nation till this day. To this date, Cyborg can stand up. I want to see this fight because the fact is, Amanda did get a lucky shot. That's truthfully all. I'm going to keep saying that. She's a good fighter. I'm going to give her that, but she got a lucky shot. If Cyborg
Yes.
came in a little bit more composed, and what thing messed it up was, as we all know, it was John Jones's fault. I'm blaming John Jones because what happened was the fight was supposed to be in Vegas because his ass got popped again, and because it wasn't
Hmm.
for a little bit of a performance enhancer, they moved the
Excellent
fight.
point. No, it's
They
an
moved
excellent point. Go ahead.
they moved the fight all the way to California. If they kept it in Los Angeles, where it was at, you know, and just had a fight, or you do like this, they could have made Nunes Cyborg the main event. And I think that year was they didn't have a main event for that UFC that following year that I think that January they could have moved John Jones and the guy he's fighting to make that as the main event. They could have waited maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and they could have been main event for that fight if they're gonna move to California because they're gonna have to fight there. But like I said, it's just that Dana White is an asshole. Excuse me, I'm not gonna apologize about that. And he. If you remember years ago, he did not want to have women's MMA.
No,
He didn't want to, but then he got Ronda Rousey, and Ronda changed everything. And then he still don't even support the sport like he does. I mean, like
no, you don't.
the featherweight division, he has not recruited more women because you know
Mhm.
what? there's the thing is, you bring in the women. The problem is he's trying to cater to his fan base, which are teenage boys and men at 35, and they'll say they don't like bigger women. But the fact is, you bring in the bigger women, you see more knockouts. And a lot of these fans complain about the women's fight because there's not enough knockouts. The fights last too long. Many women do too much BJJ. But that's the thing about that. If you bring in the right talent, you get what you want. Overlook all the other bullshit and bring the people that you need to bring in. That's what it is. You can't just sit on smile like Amanda Nunes forever, and she's there just she barely fights maybe 2 times a year, and then she just
Right.
does it for whoever's going to be the big payday. She'll fight Mika Anderson, and we probably won't see her fight till next year, unless she fights somebody for the 135 belt, and that's either between Holly Holmes, we getting tired of, and Jermaine Durant, she already beat. Hope somebody else will step up.
Hmm. Okay, I would say this, and I want to ask each of y'all, and my assessment is right. I would say this. I would love to see that fight, but I don't think I'm being nice about Dana White, but I'm just gonna call him a a prick, and I'm just being nice tonight again. He's a damn prick, and I feel like this. Amanda Nunes is a warrior. I got to give her that. She's a warrior, but at the same time, I pick Cyber because she is technical all around. All she had to do is take her time. I really believe she could take Amanda Nunes down. I think she could use her aggression against her. And usually, what I know, I see a certain fights when a man Nunes would get put down. She's not there, and I think Cyborg could submit her. I'm not saying she could knock out in boxing. I believe that too. In martial arts boxing, I believe she can knock out. But my thing is this: that a man Nunes, like I said, she's a warrior. But I know, but she's a war. I give it. She's a warrior. But I know when she swings, she do swings. Wow. So there's a lot of openings, kicks, and uppercuts, hooks, and everything. If you could, if Saber would time her right,
and like
I believe that. Go ahead.
and go back to that her fight with Jermaine Durant. Jermaine Durant almost had her. She because this people don't think about this. Jermaine GDR is a harder hitter. A lot of people don't give her credit as being, and she
Right.
almost had Amanda Nunes. The problem is that she doesn't have great takedown defense. If she had better
Right.
takedown defense, she probably would have been a real threat. She probably could have beat Amanda Nunes for the title.
Hmm. So yeah, that's why I made that point. That's the point. Watcher, how my assessor is on that.
Yeah, I think that's a really good assessment of what you said. I think you spot on there. Have a good objective view on it. Because that could happen if she focused. So yeah, that was good.
Thank you. Escacha, my assessments are good.
It was good, fam. I 100% agree with you.
Thank you. Yo, George Page, you said my assessment is good, man. You're flaking, man.
It's,
My assessment is good, all
it's
right?
good. That's good. Like I said,
Oh,
you don't need you don't need my credit, but you're good. You're good. You're good.
I need to hear it. I want to hear it, doggone it.
You're good, sir. You are good. You are
Thank you. I need to go to my channel. I ask you a question,
like
goddamn question, answer that about that nigga. No, I don't hear
like
no
the man
rip back anytime.
like the man said. You're golden. You're golden. You're
Oh,
golden.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're gonna end this, but this is how I do it. I want each brother to get their last remarks. I want you to stay there till I make my last remarks, and I want us to close. I want to close it as a family. What I'm gonna do, George, brother, George Page, last remarks. Ed Scotcha and brother Watcher. All right, you go first, please.
Yeah, this has been great MMA talk. We all got some real good insight here today, and I'm glad. I'm glad we got to talk about it, and I'm looking forward to more. It's really good to cover on here, and we've had a great discussion, man. Had a great time here.
Great, thank you, brother. You supposed to go second, but it's all right. George Rage Pace. What you said? The Emperor of what?
The emperor of female bodybuilding.
Oh, the Emperor of female body. You hear that?
Yes,
You
yes.
hear that?
My man, the
So
coach,
so
want to call my man, the coach want to call myself the king, but king is too common. So emperor is more regal.
okay, oh, okay. Now, if I see more females on there, you better give me some respect. Let me stop. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. Last
I,
remarks, please.
I really enjoy coming out here because, like I said, it's fun just to talk about something like this because I really get, I used to watch MMA for a good while. I grew up mostly as a boxing fan, but the last 2 years boxing got kind of fallen off. I really
Mm-hmm.
come MMA. I do videos and comments on my channel about MMA. MMA. We just had the one of my girls, Beth Coher. She had to fight. She was supposed to fight, but she got out for surgery. So I hope she feels better. Another girl I follow, Sarah Morass, aka Cheesecake, or Sarah Morass, but I call her Sarah Morass. She lost. I'm sorry about that. And then upcoming next week, another one of my favorite fighters, Sarah McMahon's fighting. And I'm hoping she beats Coach's girl, Julianne Pena.
Ooh, George, you gonna make me fall off this chair. All right, my brother, my
Just,
brother. All right.
just like I said, because I'm an anarchist. I just, the Joker, like I said, I just like um, things like dynamite and gasoline.
All right. Now that might I ain't gonna smoke around you. You might burn my ass up. All right, all right. Escacha. Last remark. I want your brother stay there. We gonna close out. Escacha. Last remark, please.
First and foremost, underrated. I have to thank you, brother, for putting this MA talk together. Because like I said, we need to go out and spread the news for this MMA. And like I said,
Hmm.
to all the brothers as well, brother Watcher, the brother George Page, you brothers put on some good points as well. Do this discussion that we had this afternoon. It was very good. Like I said, I love to come out and talk to you brothers about MMA. It's a good thing though. Um, like I said, man, we had a good discussion tonight. Also, we can't forget the people in the chat room as well. Salute to you
Hmm.
guys. Um, Also, we got to give salute to the one person who disliked the
Oh,
video. We always get that one person that disliked the video. Salute to
Thank you
you as
very
well.
much.
All right, and also, like I said, salute to the brothers and sisters in the Lions Den boxing community for our awesome boxing community from all the
Hmm.
brothers, and also salute to Coach Sean Harrison for making the Lions Den women's community as well. And like I
Yeah.
said, this was a fun afternoon. I love talking to you, brothers. Brother Watcher, brother George Page. I hope I can see you guys next weekend so we could
Yeah.
talk some more MMA. So we could talk about the next fights. We could talk about Wednesday night's fight, which I'm gonna miss because of work. But it's okay. I could
Hmm.
just catch it. I catch it the afternoon. But like I said, I'm gonna be Saturday night. I'm gonna watch the big fight between Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. And like I said, I'm pulling for Dustin Poirier. I would love to see him win. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, brothers, for having me on. Like I said, if you guys want to sub to the channel, that's up to you. I don't like to force people, you know what I mean? Because like I said, there's some content that some people don't like, but it's okay,
mhm.
But um, yeah, like I said, I just want to say thank you, Underrated, for putting this together. So for us brothers, so we could talk. And like I said, I hope that we could get some women on this panel as well, so we could talk. But like I said, this what we're doing right now is the start, and that's good. That where we are, and like I said, I'd love to see you brothers next weekend on this panel, so we can talk some more of this MMA. But other than that,
Okay.
peace, love,
No, no,
and
no.
stay safe. And like I said, please wear a mask because my sister she tested positive for COVID, and
Oh wow.
I've been worried so much about her. And like I said, we have people around this world, and they're not really taking it seriously. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So, like I said, peace and love to everybody in the chat. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys next weekend.
Yeah, stay right there, Scott. 'Cause I want us to close out and together. George, man, I want you to be a regular. Do I get a promise for you? Be back?
I'll try to, like I said, if nothing comes up, like I said, I'll come on as often as I can. I don't have
Okay
much to
now.
do. I got, I
Okay,
got, I
dog.
got, I got free time. If nothing else
Okay,
comes
I
up,
got.
like I said,
I'm
I do
telling you, George.
also.
Good.
I say also I have my own show. If anybody likes to come on, I do my little cast live stream on Mondays. It's called Muscle Talk
Okay.
Mondays. I do talk about subjects in the sport of bodybuilding, especially with the women.
Okay.
I've done some interviews with a couple of female bodybuilders on my show. So if you ever have
Okay.
the time, you want to just ask questions, you're curious about the sport. If you have any, I know a lot of people have the idea of what the sport is about,
Mm-hmm.
and just and there's always just some people have the prejudice of it, but I want to tell people that these ladies are athletes and they take their job
Mm-hmm.
seriously and they don't get a lot of money out of it. They do it out for a passion, just like a boxer or these MMA fighters. They do what they do out of a passion. And we appreciate, man, Underrated Darkness, for me, you put me on board and put me on the spot. I really thank you for your time. I thank my brother
Thank
XA
you.
Group 23. Nice to meet you. Watch you over there in down under, mate. Put the shrimp on the body. And I might try to come out here a little more if I can.
Please, please do. You're welcome.
You are
And
very
we
welcome,
let
sir.
and I want you to stay right there. Then let people know underrated knows MMA, right? Let people know that.
Yes, you do. You are amazing. I'll share this information. I'll share this concept.
Exactly. So I know. See, I told y'all, underrated no boxing. Oh, you don't know. I know a little something. I know MMA too. But also before I make my last remarks, I want you to put this workout, put this information out to Coach because I want him to come on here too. You know what I mean? I want him to come on in too. So if y'all could do that, that'd be greatly appreciated. All right.
Yeah.
But I would say this that
We'll let Coach know.
yeah, please tell Coach he's welcome and everything, and bring the women and everybody. But I would say this: thank y'all so much to make this another exciting success of the underrated MMA sports talk. This is two, three. God's willing, three would be next week. Most likely, it's going to be the same time. I think this time be good. More people will come out and stuff like that, and then hopefully we will see the brother watcher from down under. Then also it's gotcha, my brother. Then also my other brother George Page. Rage Page, the emperor of women's body build. So, but George Page, I want you to put the link in my email, all right?
All
So I
right.
can share that out, all right? Do that for me, please, and please stay tuned. If God's willing, I'll be doing another underrated boxing talk. Um, so I want y'all. I'm gonna send the links out to you if y'all want to come. Brother, watch it. He always usually be there if he's not busy. But I do the underrated boxing talk. That would be number 11. So I'll be putting in work. You're gonna see um Black Star Sports TV, Basement Boxing Talk, Brother Ricky and Clarice McLean, and we want to get some more people in on there too, even women that knows boxing too. Trying to get some women on there too. So I'm working. So I'm trying to get some things going. So it could be there. So I want people to grow this. Y'all said y'all want MMA. I'm giving y'all MMA. Let's grow this. Y'all say y'all want some boxing. I'm trying to do my best to do boxing. Come on, you gotta help. I need help. All right. So I want to thank your brothers again to make this as a success. And please be safe out there. I forgot to say this. If you travel to your safe destination or in home, please travel in groups. I repeat again, if you travel into a destination, if you by yourself, please be safe. If you need to travel in groups, please do so. And also it's also at home. Please do so. These are crucial times. We want y'all to be safe. Okay? Until next time, y'all, the brothers, you and your families have a good night. Until next time, have a good night. This one is Ghost.